this week's episode of One Piece, Sanji throws down with his father, Judge Vinsmoke, and absolutely gets his ass smacked, and learns that his father, even after all of these years, is still a ruthless killer. Luffy also finds himself trapped in the seduced woods, as he seemingly gets freaked out over the talking trees and candy and sweets. However, he manages to fight back and seemingly meets up with his friends. Or has he? Judge Vinsmoke has rocket shoes. Need I say more? This was a really fun episode of One Piece. The battle between Judge and Sanji is pretty damned intense, and has a lot of really great classic moments. I especially love Judge's fighting style, making full use of Germa 66's advanced technology. He uses these rocket shoes to fly around in the air and bring a lot of power to his spear-related techniques. And Sanji manages to parry just about all of these attacks back with his signature kicking fighting style. And this leads to a lot of really awesome scenes and little freeze frame moments that just look so freaking badass. But Judge Vinsmoke proves that he is much more of a ruthless fighter. When both he and Sanji are about to collide with one another, he calls in a wall, which for Germa 66 and the Vinsmokes in particular means that their followers from the Germa 66 army are going to pop up right in front of them and act as a human meat shield. And he doesn't just do this so that Sanji is going to kick this guy. No, he actually takes his spear and impales this guy completely through his body just so that he can hit Sanji. But Sanji was able to block this with one of his big kicks, and he gets sent flying and crashing through a giant castle tower. It's a really brutal moment, even by One Piece standards, despite the fact that there certainly is a little bit of censorship in this episode. However, the moment is there, it's heavily implied, and shows that Judge Vinsmoke frankly just doesn't give a shit. He only really cares about his super powerful sons and daughters. He's disowned Sanji, and all of his followers are just that. They're just human shields to him, and he will go about any length in order to increase the strength of the Germa 66 kingdom, and that even means selling off one of his weak sons to Big Mom in an arranged marriage. Something that Sanji still wants absolutely nothing to do with, and honestly, you can't blame him. And things are even worse now, because after having his ass spanked by his father, he gets these, weird bracelets put on, these golden bracelets, which apparently if he tries to leave the island, his hands are gonna fucking explode. Yeah, that's how serious they are right now, and he definitely can't let that happen as he needs his hands in order to be an efficient cook. It's a really crazy moment. That, and there's this really great scene, which I honestly think was probably the strongest scene of this entire episode, where Sanji's just getting destroyed by his father. He gets kicked into this castle, and as he's knocked over, he's literally communicating with the older version of himself when he was younger, and trying to sort of rationalize, should I attack my father, should I not? Do I have any good memories of this guy at all? And when he realizes that there's nothing about his father that he endears, that's when he decides to fight back. That, and we also get a few small scenes of Sanji as a child and getting to see all of the things that his father did to him, such as locking him in a cage and putting this weird giant cage trap on his head, basically turning him into the man with the iron mask. It's a really sad scene and shows again that Sanji has been through some serious shit as a child, and even though by blood his father is Judge, without a doubt his true father is the head cook of the Barati restaurant, Zeph. And that's basically the bulk of the episode. The rest of the episode is just devoted to watching Luffy just sort of walk around the seducing woods and being freaked out by the talking trees and then just beating the crap out of them as they all move around, and he even runs into that one guy who's buried in the ground again. He reluctantly pulls the giant spear from his head, which somehow doesn't cause him to bleed profusely. Whatever, it's the One Piece anime series. They can do whatever the fuck they want. And then we have another scene with Brook and Pedro as they're sneaking into the Sweet City as they do everything in their power to get the Poneglyph. There's not much there. It's basically them just sort of infiltrating, going in, and being distracted by this guy who has some big news about Jinbei. News that we don't get to hear quite yet because they don't want to reveal all that stuff to the viewers. So, what's the rundown on this episode of One Piece? Sanji versus Judge Vinsmoke. I think that's what most people are going to remember it for. And this episode had a lot of great moments. The first attack from Judge when he flies up into the sky and comes flying down towards Sanji with him only to kick it back with his fire is awesome. The scene where Judge uses the momentum of his rocket boots to kick Sanji into a tower, freaking great. The brutality of watching him actually use one of his soldiers as a meat shield is just disturbing and paints him as one of the most crazy characters that we've seen from the series. And you truly can sympathize with Sanji in this moment, seeing that his family is just absolutely terrible, and there's no way that their relationship is ever going to be good again, as he has no precious memories of actually being with them. However, we still haven't seen all of Sanji's backstory, so let's just wait and see what that's actually going to bring us. Then there's all the stuff with Luffy, which for the most part was okay. Basically, it's just him being tricked by Brûlé the Witch, who's using her special abilities to transform into all of his friends and to freak him right the hell out. But this episode, man, it's all about Sanji and his relationship with his father and how they have this big epic fight and he still rejects him even after all of this. And it's just sad. You just feel bad for Sanji the entire time. He's just been going through so much damn shit. But at least we got to spend more time with his incredibly hot sister, Reiju. So this was a fantastic episode, in my opinion. It definitely wasn't perfect, and I wish that they could have made the fight look a little cooler than the manga version, but for the most part, it certainly delivers on a lot of that classic One Piece action that you want, as well as great characterization, and the fact that they can do that for a character who's been around since practically the beginning of the One Piece series is a pretty big accomplishment in itself. So let's get excited for more of this, guys. This was a pretty damn good episode. Like I said, only hampered by the fact that some of the artwork and animation could have probably looked a little better. Otherwise, this was a solid addition to the series, which is why I'm going to give this week's episode a 4 out of 5. Check it out, One Piece fans. If any of you guys did watch this week's episode, make sure to tell me what you thought about it in the comments section below. What did you think of the battle between Sanji and his father? What do you hope to see from the rest of the Whole Cake Island arc? Make sure to tell me your thoughts in the comments section below. Thank you guys for watching this video. Make sure to subscribe to the channel for all things One Piece anime and manga related. Make sure to use your devil fruit powers to hit that like button. It helps out these videos a lot. Thank you guys again for watching. Take care. I will see you guys next time. And as always, stay damn down, baby.